able to utilize there. This deck can definitely struggle sometimes when it comes down to trying to get over that big might. We do have way that is able to get things going in that sense. If you discard units, then you are able to get +3. So if you have to deal with like Ruin Runner and Master Yi, or try to get over the Barons or Elder Dragons or whatnot, this makes that a little bit easier, especially if they just can't be targeted like the Ruin Runner and the Baron. You know, then this will help out with that. Not only that, in case you do have to deal with those big boys, you can then also deal with that with Unchecked Power, a very good card that is just going to deal 12 damage to all units at battlefields. It's kind of just if you're in a dire circumstance, you're going to be wanting to use that card. Then on top of that, we also have Last Rites, which can be a very solid card. Not only is it adding +2, but then you are able to sack it to be able to, or not sack it, you're going to be able to, if you hold or conquer, play out a unit from the trash. And I gotta say, still, one of the craziest combo pieces. Ezreal definitely utilizes Fizz better, but you're still able to really utilize Fizz well here. Because you are going to be able to play out Fizz, then be able to utilize a spell that costs 3 or less, and then you could go and do a Star Cross to be able to bounce Fizz back, take out another unit to be bounced back to hand on the flip side, and then be able to play out Fizz again and potentially get some stuff going. And there's some crazy combos. Every spell here essentially is 3 or less outside of course, Unchecked Power, which you're then able to use. And so, yeah, if you end up being low on cards, well, you play Fizz out, you have invert timelines in your trash, all right, we can discard our hand and draw 4 more. If we need help getting extra points, we have played out Way, they've taken a battlefield, and then we're able to move over to another battlefield, discard and draw a card, and all that jazz to give away another +3. And then we also have a unit in the backfield. Excuse me. There's just some crazy combinations here that you're able to do. Not only that, if you do like play into a battlefield, then you go Tide Turner to switch with Way, it goes back, then you go up from like 5 to 8, and then on the attack end, Tide Turner comes in, you move back, you go up to, you discard like another unit at that point, and you go back up to from 8 to 11. Then you play like a Ride the Wind, move into the other battlefield. You go from an 11 to a 14, and things just get absolutely bonkers at that point. I will say that probably one of the biggest struggles, though, is if you have, a difficulty of countering these spells. The biggest thing with that is a lot of these spells are under that 4 might, so Defies are going to be able to get rid of things. You also have Not So Fast. You have Abandon. You have Hard Bargain. There's a lot of different ones. You also have Repulse now that is in orange too. And if you just target one other enemy unit, then they can just repulse your spell, and that's it. So even if you are selecting your unit and one of theirs, that's going to be it with something like Starcross. So you got to be a little bit careful about those kinds of answers. But still, I've been very impressed with what this deck has been able to do. And it even has some answers here for the Elder Dragon Aurora style of decks, where you're going to be wanting to save Starcross and keeping the 3 runes up, because when Elder Dragon comes in, you play out Starcross, you bounce back one of your units, you put Elder Dragon into their hand, and the destructive ability of entering play doesn't go off for Elder Dragon anymore. So definitely something to keep in mind. I gotta say, one of also the MVPs again is going to be Way, very powerful right there. And again, we have some great gameplay for you with this deck, and definitely why I think that this could be one of the top decks of set 3. Next up, of course, is going to be Ezreal in this case. This is going to be the Runes and Red winning list, and we get to see what it's able to be done. Now, of course, again, this is my gameplay that I am playing, and it is a very difficult deck for me to pilot. I just don't know why it doesn't fit my playstyle. But if you already know how to play Ezreal and you're maybe wanting to just get some good upgrades going, well, I mean, you take a look. What set 3 cards are you initially playing? You have 2 Pikes, you have an Eclipse, and a Existential Dread. Other than that, you're pretty much running everything. Oh, and also Vix Apathetic. Other than that, you're pretty much running everything else from set 2. Starcross, that's going to be a common. We also have Turn to Dust, which is also a common. So for you to be able to go from Ezreal from last set into this set is definitely very viable and it's good. I didn't think that Ezreal would be able to maybe hold up as well as he was able to when you did have the called shots, because you were just able to utilize and punish off that with scrap heap and things like that in an incredible way. And it's like, yeah, sure, we're still not necessarily being able to utilize the draw nearly as much. Ezreal as the legend ability is going to be able to help out a lot, but even still, there's a lot that we are able to do even without all that draw. And not only that, we're maybe able to put in more answers because we're not so focused on the draw power there. So there's a lot to be able to keep in mind with a lot of this. But man, is this deck powerful? You go with Vex Apathetic, and just having that constant stun when they're in battlefields, and you're just like, what do I do about that? It can be a very difficult battle for you to try to win, even just with that card alone. And then on top of that, you're going to be getting a lot of gold. You're going to be generating a lot of answers. And then when you get to that mid to late game, you're going to have a bunch of runes that you are able to utilize because of the gold you were able to generate. And then it's just like, oh yeah, by the way, boom, I'm just going to win the game here with some final answers. You got some great combos here with Thousand Tail Watcher minusing 3 to all units to go into a Bellows Breath repeated to essentially do some solid board wiping right there. You also have Fizz, and you can play out Fizz. You can do Arcane Shift. You can select Fizz. He blips back in. You then pick another spell like Wages of Pain. You could essentially be dealing, 3 damage there. You could also go and pick Starcross to be able to blip Fizz out again, and then take out a big unit while still dealing 3 damage to something, and there's some crazy combos there that you can do. Even something like Eclipse is just a very powerful card that you are able to use, giving a unit -4 this turn. And then even just having Predict, that's a very easy ability to forget that's even on this card because it is so incredibly well. And I gotta say, again, Ezreal is going to be a tough deck to pilot. But man, if you're able to understand your matchups, if you're able to know the ins and outs of this deck, and you get the play testing in, and you're able to take this to even a regional, but I was going to be saying skirmish, then you're going to be set up incredibly well. Because as soon as you start getting to that mid to late game, it's like, okay, what is your opponent going to be able to do? I have the answers here. Even something with like the new Pike return, you can hype this guy. He's a 3 for 3. Not only that, he gets dealt damage last, and then once each turn, when an enemy unit dies while I'm at a battlefield, play a gold gear token exhausted. So you're getting that ramp up even additionally than what Ezreal was able to do this last set. Guys, this is just a really fun deck list. Love what it's able to do. And if you want to give Ezreal a try, man, this is the way to do it. And it might not be a much better time to be able to do so. Yes, pre-ban, this was definitely powerful, but this is something that you still cannot count out. So we're going to be going into some gameplay. We have a total of 4 games that we are going to be watching and seeing what is actually able to happen here. Again, guys, if you're looking for that blue purple color combo, that's just one of your favorite ones. This is the deck to do it. Whether it's Diana or Ezreal, you're going to have a lot of fun and be able to be competitive against each and every opponent. I absolutely love playtesting these decks. And man, like I said, Diana is one of the decks that I really want to play. I'm on Master Yi mid range right now, but man, it is so tempting to try to make that switch over. So, with that being said, guys, though, let me know down in the comments below what your thoughts are on these 2 decks. Have you had any success with Diana, and what are you looking at to build going forward? Let me know down in the comments below, and until next time, here's the gameplay, but have a good one.
sua independência financeira não é um sonho, é uma mentalidade. Planeie o seu futuro. Siga os seus objetivos. Não ganhe apenas dinheiro. Assuma o controlo. À sua maneira. Passo a passo. Investimento é investimento. Trabalhe muito para o seu dinheiro. Agora deixe que ele trabalhe para si. XTB, onde o seu dinheiro trabalha para si. Investir envolve o risco de perder dinheiro e pode não ser adequado para si.
Yeah, oh, I've noticed that.
And with the additional rank up, just being ambushing towards the battlefield, even when they attack in,
Yeah.
to make an 8 off of that is pretty nuts.
Yeah, that's my main deck right now, so.
On low one.
I think I will do one as well. Alright, here we go. Let's try out this deck. Haven't necessarily played it before. We'll see how it goes. And then what time is it there for you right now?
6:43.
Okay, so it's almost 7 a.m. Okay, so 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. for me is 7 a.m. for you. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I just wake up early because I recently got a new puppy. She is the most adorable thing in the world.
And then let's see, good there?
Good day.
Okay. And then let's go one for a stack deck.
Yep.
And go 1, 2, 3. Two hand, rest the bottom, and
Go ahead.
I'm just worried about your ambush. There's something about that just says something is coming its way towards me.
No.
I feel like, hi, how are you?
I'm
Good.
Move me, give me to go. Yeah, okay. People will die. There is no way for me to do anything about that.
Yeah. So, okay, then I will pass.
Yeah. I'll tap one for the stack deck.
Yep.
Throw 1, 2, and the other 2 randomly at the bottom.
Okay.
Then let's have 1, 2, 3. Making it purple for a Mr. Root Accelerator.
Uh-huh.
Then I'll move it to stuff.
Okay. Yep.
The bear is able to gain 2 XP.
Yep.
Then I conquer for 1. Let's just tap the legend, spend the 2 XP, bring Mr. Root back to base.
Okay, yeah. No, that's solid. Alright, let's go to 2. I think at this point, could do that, that would be okay. We're okay there. There's just some additional things that you can do that's kind of scary.
It is a very tricky deck.
Let's play that there. Let's move this back to base. With, knowing
Dust is just not applicable here, and I'll draw and pass. Okay. And then you'll test it out. You'd like to think that. Friendly thing is limit cost 1 energy. The only thing I can think of is blue and purple. It's going to have any effect on the game is the stick 5. Okay. Yeah, play out my costumes. I'll tap 2 back in order to avoid assault. I'll choose my Kha'Zix, the Star Spring, and draw back to Star Spring as well. Okay. Move a friendly unit and move an enemy unit. If they're both moved to a battlefield you don't control, you're the attacker. Okay, cool. So that goes there to there. Yep. And then Kha'Zix still will trigger. Enemy unit is alone. So we'll get +2 mine. Well, if I attack or defend, give it +2. Okay, cool. So you're at 6 to my 5. And I get 2 XP. I was going to take that upstairs. Then I will tap my Diana to play Stupefy. Yep, sure. Now then, make 1. So he died out. I should trade. Yep, looks like a trade. It's fun. Trade open. Then I'll move this over to Star Spring. I just love this game. Like, I have a hard time keeping you serious when you're talking about, like, we're moving this to root. It's such a He's adorable, but he actually makes so much sense being in this deck. Yeah. Then I'm just gonna tap Legend, spend 2 XP, bring in 2. Yep. Plus. Okay, let's see, we're at 7, so we have some stuff to work with. 3 cards in hand for you, okay, that's fine. Let's do 1 for a stacked deck. Go 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, I don't necessarily love that. I think in this case we can. That's the bottom. Then I think we will go here, discarding to draw, go to 3. Then that changes things. Let's go 1, 2, 3. Yeah. To play out Fizz, to then play out that for cycling 1 for Moonfall to move your root Starscream. Okay. This will then go to the bottom of the deck. The red will move to battlefield, so we're +2 XP. Yeah, true. And then he dies. Yep. That can make a difference. And then let's go 1, 2, 3. Play out of Diana. Pass. Good. Cartridge full already? Oh, snap. entertainment center to put together tonight. And then we can finally put the TV on something.
I'll tap 5, drop a Kha'Zix Evolving Hunter.
Huh?
And I'll just pass with one up.
Okay. We will go to 4 at that point. Let's see, you have 1 up. Could punch first. You could do a couple of other things. Is that worrisome? I don't know yet. We'll see both in.
Okay.
Go 5. Let's do 1, 2, 3. For Moonfall, we'll snag a Kha'Zix in.
Yep.
And
I'm going to use Car's skill, so you will get the neg 2 at each neg 2, so you'll get 3 flat. I'm going to use the Kha'Zix skill. I'm going to spend 3 XP on attack, and I will on attack Diana.
okay, in response to that, I will play at reaction speed, stupefy onto your Kha'Zix.
Brings him down to 2, so I deal 2 damage to Diana.
And then Diana will get a +1 from the battlefield.
Okay.
Go to 4. And then in response, I will also stupefy again.
Double stupefy, we already played one. That is all 3 stupefy.
Yeah.
Like all 3 of us.
Yeah.
I'll deal all 1 damage to Diana.
Okay, sounds good.
You okay? And then my Kha'Zix will die.
Yeah. Well, Costa tonight. Yeah, I have just the stupid answers with you on that. Like, it is kind of ridiculous.
At least I know all 3 stupefies are on.
Yes. I will move that back, discarding Vex to draw 1, and I will pass. And those are back to normal. Becca, you're making some weird noises in the living room. I don't know if my wife is dying or not. We'll find out in 20 minutes.
Good. Okay. So I'm going to attack 5 back in order. Firing gun direct to battlefield.
Okay. Rainbow directed battlefield is intense. Let's see. So that's 6 to 6. Priority is still on you.
I'm going to tap 2 and I'll play for a resolve.
Okay. In response, I will flash, taking both my units back.
Yep. Am I considered to have won the combat at that point?
Yes, because you are still in a combat. Even with me backing out, you have won the combat.
Yep. So I will then win the combat, I gain 3 XP.
Yep.
2 from the Grim Resolve, 1 for Pledge and Skill.
Yeah. What is it?
Point for Conquer, innate.
I want to put it out after we build the entertainment system. That way, okay, fine, put it out in the kitchen. Yes, we can put it out in the kitchen or something then. But we're gonna have a bunch of styrofoam and everything in the living room. You know, and it's like it would just be easy to clean up if we just threw away the rugs. Okay, yes. So the rain guard is backed out.
Yep. So I use Void Reaver. Spend 2 XP, bring it back.
Cool. Yep. Okay. Oh, this is kind of tough. Let's go. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go here.
Yep.
Discarding Raven. Go to 6 to draw 1. Actually, that's a nice top deck. There's another stacked deck. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Oh, let me look at the field. Yeah, you're tapped out. So we're good.
Which
You're
unit is
good.
full?
Let's go here and here again.
Was it?
1, 2, 3 for another moonfall.
Yep. Which was going to moon.
And so Rengar's at 4.
It is.
And I will tap 1 to predict.
Inicia qualquer momento o acesso ao mercado do celular nas 24 horas. Instale agora a aplicação Trading 212.
Does it?
And it is a gust. So I will add that to hand.
Okay.
Okay, so right now 7 to 4.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna just take out. I don't have any actions.
Yep, same.
Okay. I will trade out with this.
Okay. I will go to 7 and pass.
Tap 8. Back to down 1.
Oh, return all units and gear to their owner's hand. Interesting. Okay. Well, I see why you didn't get rid of Diana at that point.
Yeah, but then I will physically again.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or whoops, needs to be blade. Needs to be blue. Then we go 1, 2, 3. And chaos. Oh, you happy?
I
Happy run.
I think I've got already there. I don't have a way to get into a battlefield fast enough, unfortunately. You just double conquer.
Yeah.
I think we run game 2.
Yep, yeah, you too.
Let me just reveal. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
There's the unchecked power. It's a good card.
It is a good card. Yeah, and it gets the job done when needed.
Excellent.
Let's see.
I'll go first on this one.
Yep. 84. Right. Okay, interesting start. Ready when you are.
I'm going to mull a bit more.
Check.
Good. Good.
I
So I'll tap 2, I'll drop a Ruchi, and oops.
Yep. I will go 2 for a Raven and. Or actually, let's do Diana. Now you just know a card in my hand. That's okay.